welcome back to Degenerates, to the number one gambling podcast in the world. Unless you've been tailing Billy of late, then it's maybe number two gambling podcast in the world. We'd like to welcome in all of our Washington fans right now who are sitting here riding out this sweat of a game for certain picks for both of us. We are on the edge of our seat watching this nail biter of a game. It is ugly. It sucks. Heine Goat, I need you to hit Logan Thomas and Antonio Gibson. If you can hear me right now, please do us a favor. Let me get that and let me get the cover, the 3.5 spread. Billy, my boy, I know the answer to this, but I got to ask. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Mentally hurting, physically exhausted, emotionally broken.
Billy right now is the definition. His brain is just like Vietnam currently, and everything, every emotion imaginable is just running through him.
Yeah.
It's tough. You never want to see your boy down astronomically bad, but Billy is down astronomically bad currently.
I've resorted to drinking.
I hear that.
On the bright
Cheers.
side,
Cheers,
on the bright
brother.
side, thank you. I absolutely hate my card for college football, so therefore I absolutely love it. That's what I meant before when I was like, dude, I think I'm real confident in this card.
You said, I was like, all right, he talked a few minutes ago. He said he loved this card and everything. I see what you're doing.
I
Juju.
do.
You got to go with it. You got to do what works.
Absolutely hate it.
Take a chance.
I absolutely hate half of these picks. Therefore, I love it.
You got to take risks. Whatever works. Hopefully, we turn the table. We get on a hot streak. It's coming. We don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. I can see it around the corner.
I feel it.
I'm kind of floating, pretty much breaking even and everything. My boy here, we're still waiting on that first NFL win of the season. But
listen, I just need Antonio Gibson to get one catch. He could have negative 20 yards on the catch. Don't care. I'd rather him get positive yards. He's on my fantasy team. And if Washington wins this game, I'm 2-1 on the year, and I'm positive. And then, you know what? Just like that, we're back.
Right now, like I told you already, I need an Antonio Gibson catch. I need Logan Thomas 4 more yards, and I need Washington to cover by 3.5. And I hit a nice seven-way same game parlay. So fingers crossed we get this. Hopefully, I got the game up here as we're going. A couple of seconds behind Billy, which is just torture because it's usually the other way around, and I see everything first. I hate this. I don't like not knowing what is happening, but we live with what we got. But ladies and gentlemen, you're here tonight for one thing and one thing only: college football, baby. We're back. It's week 3 college football. I'm excited for week 3. I love me some college football. Billy, are you excited?
I do. I've become a massive college football fan over this year. I always liked it, but similar like how college basketball is. Like if you haven't watched since you were a kid, there's too many teams. You know what you're looking at. The rules are different. I'm obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed. The lack of defense, the lack of secondaries. It's amazing that anybody can make a play in the NFL with how bad the secondaries are in college football. But I have a couple trends that I'll start off with before we get into some picks, because I somehow come prepared.
You're not going to any new more games this weekend that I don't know about. No awesome stadiums or anything. We already hit the horseshoe last week. Nothing. No, not going to Happy Valley all of a sudden.
I will say that Oregon is coming to Stony Brook this weekend. We are thinking about getting tickets, but if I don't hit a bet soon, that ain't happening. I'll tell you that right now.
All right, give me some trends. What do you got for me?
All right, so home team straight up, you expect it. 125-46 and 0. No ties so far this year. Home team against the spread is just barely covering 87, 78, and 6. That's 54%. And then the unders are hitting at a 57.2%. That's a little something to look out for. Like I said in yesterday's episode, I really don't count anything as a true trend until week 3, week 4. But it's important that you have that knowledge, especially you're taking home team money line parlays, ridiculous stuff like that, which we don't advise. But everybody likes to have some fun nowadays. Sorry, I just got an update. No, we're good.
Sorry, I'm watching this game just laughing. Like, I can't believe this is happening right now. Any other trends or anything before we start to get into some actual picks and stuff that you want to throw out me? Anything that, any little tidbits you got right now?
Not at the current moment. I'll have more next week when there's more
Okay.
information, and then
All right. Well,
we'll
let's
dive deeper into some statistics.
statistics.
I'm angry. I can't even get my
It's
words out. I'm so angry.
tough. It's tough.
Is my
All
face
right.
all red? Because I
Let's.
feel like it's all red.
You
'Cause I'm
do.
angry.
You're aside from your background being red, your face looks ridiculously red right
I
now.
haven't been outside today.
That's that's not good. I don't know how
Blood
you're red.
pressure
They
through
usually
the
get red
roof.
from the sun, but I think
It's real hot in this room. It's
you
scorching
might
hot.
need a stiffer drink now to bring
Oh,
down that
you.
temperature.
Oh my God.
What
Oh,
did I get a turnover?
nothing happened. You're
Oh
good.
my God. All right, let's talk about some picks. I'm going to have 5 picks tonight. I'm going to keep one of them in the article that'll get finished up probably tonight or tomorrow. So that way, if you want that last pick, which is one of my favorite picks of the week, you got to take a look at ffdpodcast.com. You will find the college football pick 6 right there. Let's talk about this first one that we both are playing the exact same game. Let's talk about this Alabama game. I'll lead it off a little bit. I got 2 plays for this game that I'm going to start with. I'm going to take Alabama first half laying 7.5. I'm also going to take the game laying 14.5. This is against Florida. This will be Alabama's first, like I guess you could say, somewhat real test of the year. But is there really a test when you're Alabama? Like let's be honest, there isn't. The only way you're beating Alabama at all is if you can put up 40 points a game. Maybe
Yeah.
last year's Florida team could have with Kyle Trask under center. Maybe this year's team can't do it. This is not that offense. Um, they don't know who their quarterback is at this time. You got Emory Jones and Anthony Richardson splitting time back there, quarterback. You're not going to get into sync and in rhythm against what is arguably the best defense in all of college football. Absolutely the best in the SEC. Anthony Richardson looks like a great young quarterback. He could be, something real nice. He's got wearing 15. He's 6'4". He's got a little Tebow action in him, but he's a much better quarterback himself as a whole. So maybe next year he'll be the guy and everything. But they have no sync with that offense, which I can't trust that. Bryce Young has looked freaking awesome in the 2 games that started this year. He's got 7 touchdowns and 1 interception, completing 71% of his passes. Yeah, he hasn't had the best competition yet, but Miami's a formidable team. There's NFL talent on that Miami team, and he looked pretty darn good. Also, Alabama right now since 2018 is 12-1 straight up as a road favorite. They're 8-4-1 against the spread in those games as well. Hey, it's Alabama. They cover. Alabama is a wagon. They're gonna do work. Against Florida themselves, they've won 7 straight matchups against them by an average of 21.6 points per game. And then you take a look at the coaching aspect of it. Nick Saban obviously is the best college football coach there is. Dan Mullen in his career against Alabama with Mississippi State and Florida, 0-10 straight up against Nick Saban and Alabama. Give me Alabama first half -7.5 for the game, minus 14.5. I also have a lean on the over for that game because I think Alabama's just going to put up points.
You just stole my second pick.
I'm not going to talk about it. It's all yours to talk about.
No, everything you just said is exactly true. That's why I let you go first. You're better with the college football as far as breaking it down. Florida's still trying to figure out who the quarterback is. This is not the game. That's what you said. It's 100% true. If you're gonna rotate quarterbacks, you're just gonna have a bad time. My stream just shit out on the game, so I have no idea what happens.
Oh, great! The suspense is killing me.
Bryce Young looks like a future number 1 overall pick. I will say the Alabama running game has not looked as good as it has in years past, but once it gets going, you better watch out because there's no stopping them with that O-line. Like you said, I lean the over as well. It'll probably be a play. As far as the 7.5 first, I don't. The first half, I'm not sure just because I don't like the half point. You know what I mean? So it's just something I'm not going to play. A couple of extra stats on Alabama. They're 7-1 in the last 8 in conference games against the spread. 8-1 in the last 9 following against the spread loss, and the Gators are 1-6-1 against the spread in the last 8 games. So I love Alabama for the full game. I don't know. I'll probably have the first half privately, but for the full game, I do love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Every Alabama game is fun to watch. Like I said, if you're a Florida guy and everything, you have good things coming with that team. I said it a little bit already. Anthony Richardson, he's an awesome young quarterback. I think he's going to be a first-round conversation quarterback in a year, potentially maybe a year or two. Looks like he might be a 4-year kind of guy just because he's not going to be the guy fully until next year with Emory Jones there. Emory Jones is an exciting quarterback to watch with him running around and everything. He's fun. Florida's that second-tier SEC school. Actually, I honestly think Florida's a third-tier SEC school. I said in the college football preview we did earlier in the year that I thought Florida was going to be a down year for Florida. They were overrated for this season. They played pretty decent so far, but they've played pretty much nobody. You put up numbers against nobody teams. You haven't played Alabama. Yeah. So I think that's going to be a fun game. I look forward to watching that one. I'll be watching that game that entire time. Billy, what next play you got?
I'll go into another game that we both have a play on. It'll be different sides, not different sides, but different plays on it. I'll be on the Penn State Auburn under 53. It's the whiteout game. Penn State crowd would be absolutely bonkers. If we had more time, we should have went to this game. But it is what
Penn
it is.
State, but I'd love to go.
Yeah, we talked about it last night. Listen, I don't trust Bo Nix to do anything besides have a great college quarterback name. It's one of the best college quarterback names of all time. But if you combine every whiteout game since they officially made it like an official event at the school, divided by the number of whiteout games played, it comes out to 47.23 points per game. It's hit the under almost every time. Both these teams average less than four yards per play. It's a big step up from Auburn, who really hasn't played anybody yet this year. They started the season with Akron and then played Alabama State, who they beat them both by 60.
Who?
Who? Excuse me?
Who?
Listen, Penn State's already used to playing up. They played Wisconsin week 1 in a shit show that we all watched to open up the college football season.
Two bum teams.
Listen, I think that Auburn gets a slow start, and because of that, it'll throw off the balance a little bit. They won't be able to put nearly as many points on Penn State. I don't know who wins this game. I know you have a side for it, but I'm laying off whoever wins. I'm just looking for no points because I'm desperate.
Yeah, I do have a play on this. I'm going to be on Penn State laying 5 points against Auburn. Like you said, beginning, whiteout game in Happy Valley. That is the number one atmosphere in all of college football, bar none. It is absolutely amazing. As much as I don't like Penn State, I would love to go see it someday because it is just a phenomenal setting. Auburn hasn't played anything like that this year. Yeah, I mean, obviously they play their SEC schools. Big Ten football is a little bit different. It's, I think, a little bit more ground and pound style than the SEC style is, obviously, with more the colder weather type of teams. Sean Clifford is a nice game manager quarterback for Penn State. I'm just thinking about, as we're talking about Bo Nix, Penn State, for as good as they've been and ranked and everything, and won some big bowl games lately. I can't tell you the last good quarterback Penn State has had. Probably hasn't, going back to Kerry Collins was the last time they actually had a good quarterback and who made it in the pros. But like you kind of alluded to, Bo Nix is the big factor here. Bo Nix at home, he's a good quarterback. He's a damn good quarterback in the SEC. On the road, he stinks. He is a second, Division II quarterback when he is on the road. He completes only 54.4% of his passes in his career while on the road. He's thrown more interceptions than touchdowns with 10-9 ratio. Only averages 5.6 yards per attempt on the road. He doesn't push the ball, which allows Penn State to do what they do best, which is play defense and get up against the line against Tank Bigsby. I love that combo right there. Also, in Bo Nix's career, he has 10 games against ranked opponents. He's only completed 54.1% of his passes with 8 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Great for what happened? You got to tell me.
Heineke touchdown to Ricky Seals-Jones.
So am I covering now too?
No, you're not covering. They kicked the field goal before.
Are we tied? Or am I up by 1?
They just kicked the extra point. Washington up 1. My money line play. Could have the first win on the board, ladies and gentlemen. What do you say?
I'm guessing that Logan and Antonio got no catches on that possession.
I'll check right now. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt. Negative and no.
Last with that game that I do have, Penn State is 4-1 against the spread since 2019 against non-conference opponents who are coming into Happy Valley. So let me get the 5 points here. I don't think Auburn, another SEC team, I think is a little bit overrated. I don't think Auburn is all that good. as much as like I said, I'm not a big Penn State guy, but I do think they are the much better team here, and they will win out in this game for sure. All right, what you got for me?
Probably my favorite play of the day on Saturday. It's gonna be Cincinnati -3 against Indiana. I tried to fade Indiana last week, didn't work out. Indiana still stinks. Cincinnati is very good. They are very good. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, but they need a win and to do it convincingly. Uh, if they win against a Big Ten school, look real good on their resume come playoff time. Might boost their stock up a little bit. Desmond Ritter, their quarterback, completed 72.3%
Wish
of his
his last name
passes.
was Riddler. That'd be so
Yeah,
much
I
better.
know that. I
There's the
read it. I
Riddler out
just
there behind center. Oh, that
automatically want to call him
fire
that.
last name.
He's completed 72% of his passes, 6 touchdowns. He currently has a passer rating of, get this, 206.4. You know what that ranks? Fourth in the nation. Since he's only allowed 3.74 yards per play, they ranked top 15 last year in yards allowed. Both these defenses are pretty good, but if you're gonna give me the edge, you're trying to figure out who you want to take. I'll give the edge to the Cincy offense and by a decent margin. So give me Cincy -3. To me, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot. As I said when we first talked college football at the end of the year, I will always defer to the team that has the better quarterback off the jump. Desmond Ritter is a borderline first round pick kind of guy, if not first round pick, maybe a second round pick kind of guy. He's got a ton of arm talent. I watched him in a few games last year. Their bowl game, he is awesome. He's a fun quarterback to watch. So I like that pick. You know, we said I had Indiana over Iowa in week 1, and we agreed Indiana schools suck unless it is against in college basketball, and even then they still kind of suck.
They stink.
So we're just gonna stay away and fade Indiana teams for here on out, pretty much. Give me Indiana Duluth when it comes to college hockey season, and that's about all we'll probably play. So,
Kid's been reading up for his college hockey.
yeah, we gotta get ready for the season. All right. We talked about this one play last night, and we're on the same side for this one. We both got a little bit of a different number, but it's going to be Nevada. For me, I have laying 2.5. You have it laying 2 against Kansas State. We're on the same side as this game. Like I said, it's going to be a really fun game. For me, what I really look for in this game, and how I just said with Desmond Riddler, we're just going to call him Desmond Riddler from now on out because that's just a fire name.
Totally cool with
it's the same effect with Nevada. Nevada has Carson Strong, who is probably my favorite college quarterback to watch. He is awesome. He is going to, if he can keep it up, he is going to put himself in the conversation for the number 1 overall pick in this upcoming draft.
His wide receivers are absolute dogs.
And
they
he
go
makes,
out and make any play they can for this man.
Yeah.
I love it.
He is awesome. He's puts up numbers in that out there in the MWAC, and we absolutely love it. He's going up against a Big 12 defense in Kansas State now. This season thus far, Carson Strong is averaging 346.5 yards per game through the air with 6 touchdown passes, both which are the second best marks in the MWAC. Also, he completes 68.3% of his passes. That's an awesome number. You don't see that too often, especially from college quarterbacks like this, and in a lower division like that, where there are some pretty decent defenses out there. He controls the ball. He does not turn the ball over, which is great. I think the one really big difference, and we kind of hit it on it last night, though, is Nevada's defense going up against Kansas State, who's going to be without their 6-year quarterback, Skylar Thompson. He will be out, and we're going to have Will Howard under center for them, who in 9 games in his career has only completed 53.6% of his passes, and another guy who's thrown more interceptions than touchdowns at 10-8. Nevada's defensive line is one of, if not the best defensive line in the country. They lead the MWAC in sacks with 11 already early in the season, 2 games in. They only trail Marshall and LSU in the country in sacks. LSU, you kind of expect them to be up there, but Marshall and Nevada aren't teams you usually think are going to be up there that high. They get a ton of pressure on it. You got a quarterback who is jittery out there, who doesn't have the experience, who turns the ball over. He's not accurate. It allows Nevada's defense to really focus in on Deuce Vaughn, who is one of the best running backs in the Big 12. He's a 5'6" workhorse back. He's a small guy. Lets the defense get up on the line, put 8 guys in the box against him and everything. Kansas State hasn't thrown a touchdown pass this entire season. You're telling me we get a chance to load the box up against the running back with a backup quarterback? absolutely give me Nevada laying 2.5.
I love it. I love it. Everything you just said. You add in the fact that Will Howard is probably the least college quarterback name I've ever heard in my life. Everything you just said, I didn't want to. I was
My
gonna
man
let
Will
you ride
Howard
with it.
double. My man Will Howard doubles as a CPA on Wednesdays and then comes
Ah.
on out and plays some football on a Saturday.
That's a fact. A couple quick stats. Nevada is 5-0 in the last 5 non-conference games against the spread, and they're also 4-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record. Nevada is the play. Carson Strong is too good. His receivers are dogs. Defensive line are absolute dogs. You hit the nail on the head. That's why I let you just run with it, because everything you just said is exactly what I was going to say. It's the pick. It's the pick. I told you right away. You got to
I
play it.
know
You got
it's
to
been
play it. You
brutal.
got to play it.
We said this twice. This is the second time today too, because when I posted the card today for plays for today's games in college and NFL, and Billy immediately texts me. He goes, "I'm on the exact same plays as you." I was like, "Fuck no!" That's the last thing
It
we
ain't working
want.
out too well.
And here I know, and then here we are again. We're kind of liking the same things. And like everyone, if you watched last episode last night, Billy got me in on this Nevada pick really fast. This was his pick all day. I loved everything he had to say about it. I did my own thing, figuring out about it. I absolutely love this game, and I will want to watch every snap of this game as an Eagles fan, wanting to watch a quarterback, to watch Carson Strong. Billy, my boy, do you know who the last big name quarterback to come out of Nevada was to the NFL?
Off the top of the dome, I do not, because there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
A lot of stuff going on. That would be one Colin Kaepernick.
I knew that.
Came. He's also a pitcher for Nevada, and he routinely is hitting about 96 on the gun. If you remember watching him play throw, it's been a while now, but he had a pitcher's motion, very much so when he threw, and it was just lasers that he was throwing even from 5 yards away.
He's somebody who's pretty good.
All right, I'm going to switch things up a little bit. I'm going to talk about the play that I was going to keep as like my hidden one, where you have to, reader only pick.
Oh, you're gonna give us all 6 picks tonight?
Well, I'm going to do 5, but I'm going to talk about the one that I was going to keep, but you have to read the article to get, because it's the one that I'm much more interested in talking about. And as a big college football guy, it's more interesting game than the other one. A little teaser with it. The other game, the 6th play that we will have with the college football 6-pack, it's going to be a total for a game that is happening in the ACC. What happened? Don't do
Nothing.
this to me.
I'm just shocked that you're just giving that much information away.
Hey, kind of lets people know if you're an ASC. Oh no, Taylor Henneke just got intercepted.
What are you doing?
What just happened?
Run the ball.
I'm gonna lose every bet. Goddamn.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a play that I will not speak about tonight on the episode, but you can find it. Take a look at take a look at the article. I will have it posted on all of my socials all over the place promoting it. I'll have a lot of good in-depth information about these, more in depth in the games we've already talked about and this other game. But my last pick that I do want to talk about on here tonight is going to be San Diego State +9 against Utah. I love this game. I'm thrilled by it. At first, when I was looking into it off the cuff, I was like, "Oh, Utah! I like Utah here. They killed a big big game against BYU last week. Give me against San Diego State." But the more and more I looked into it, and I started thinking to myself, San Diego State has the pieces here that can cover this game and maybe win this game outright. San Diego State in 2 games this season has rushed for 519 yards, while Utah is actually allowing 190.5 yards per game on the ground. Why is this big? Plain and simple. It's going to allow San Diego State to control the pace of the game and the time of possession, which is exactly what they're going to need to do to cover this game and possibly win this game. Utah has the more talent. They're the better team. San Diego State historically has always had a very good running program. They have put a lot of big name running backs into the NFL. Have they succeeded in the NFL? No, not necessarily. Rashard Penny was a first-round pick out of San Diego State. Donnell Pumphrey was a 4th-round pick to the Eagles out of San Diego State. If I'm not mistaken, he still holds the NCAA rushing record. I might be wrong on that one. I think Penny may have broke that record, but it was one of the 2 of them, and I'm pretty sure it's Pumphrey holds that record. In their last 8 games as a home underdog, San Diego State is 7-1 against the spread. So I love that. Conversely, Utah is 0-5 against the spread in its last 5 non-conference game, and they're only 1-8 against the spread in their last 9 September games. I love those numbers right there. That's just telling me this is a big-time San Diego State game. Also, San Diego State's defense, it's bringing back 9 of 11 starters from last year's team. That team last year ranked 11th in the nation in points per game allowed, and they were the number 7 ranked rushing defense in all of college football. San Diego State +9. I will sprinkle on the money line as well for San Diego State. Yeah.
Little sprinkle to
little
the
dabble
Mountain
there.
West.
There's a little Mwak action.
I don't hate that pick. I was kind of on the fence with what I want to do with that, and because I do love that game, like the game itself, I will be watching it. Anything San Diego State related. If you watched the show last year, I'm a massive San Diego State fan when it comes to basketball, and anything Mountain West. I'm a big Mountain West guy. They play late games. I'm a late kind of guy. I like to have like 5 cups of coffee
That's why we
throughout my
start
day.
recording at 11 o'clock at night every single night. We're late guys. We want to watch these late games out in the Mwak.
Yeah, I like to sweat out on a nice 3:30 in the morning. Bet a little Chinese basketball at 5:30
I was
a.m.
just going to say, you finish up the Mwak game and then you roll over to the Sichuan Blue Whales. That's how you have yourself a night right there. Have a nice little nightcap at 4 o'clock in the morning. Gotta love it.
Amen. I'll get into my.
You got any more picks you want to talk about tonight?
I do. Please tell me they stopped him. Okay. Mississippi State, Memphis over 46. Memphis on the defensive side of the ball couldn't stop a brick wall from scoring in the red zone. They've allowed a score on 100% of opposing red zone trips. Memphis is scoring 55 points per game currently, but they haven't played any level of competition such as Mississippi State. Both these teams run over 65 plays a game. Memphis should be able to put up 24 points against Mississippi State because it is a high-powered offense. They do run an absurd amount of plays per game. Both these teams know how to move the ball, put points on the board. My score prediction, if you're interested in it, is going to be 42-30 Mississippi State. So if you lean Mississippi State, take them. But I feel more confident in the over. I do like there's going to be a lot of points. Morgan thinks that Memphis is going to win this game outright, and I tell him he's wrong. There's no stopping this, man.
I do like Memphis. I believe Memphis right now is at somewhere between +2 and +3. I don't remember what I last saw it at. But I do like Memphis in this game. And it's another one. A little sprinkle. I might do a little two-team parlay sprinkle with the San Diego State and Memphis money lines to see what happens. It's gonna have a nice little payout to it potentially. So I do like that. I do like that play though a lot. I don't like Mississippi State solely because they ruined my NC State pick last week, and they ruined a Big Ten team parlay. But they absolutely demolished NC State. These teams are both very fun. I've seen a lot of Memphis play, from going to Temple and everything, and an American Conference team. Watch a lot of Kenny Gainwell action now that he's with the Eagles, and seen a lot of
Kenny
G. Absolutely love him. If he's available in your fantasy league, go pick him up. We're big Kenny Gainwell guys here, Kenny G fans. Like I said, I do love that pick. It's something that I might ride with you on that one as well. Little tiny sprinkle guy to go with you and everything. We ride with the boys. We ride with the boys. No matter how far down we are, we get up. We pick each other up no matter what.
I'm officially going to be adding San Diego State to my card.
Love it. Absolutely.
I do have some leans.
It's one of my favorites.
I do have a couple leans. I'm looking for one more. Actually, I found another play. I'm also going to. I can tell you right now. Like I don't have a breakdown of it, but I'm going to be taking the UAB North Texas under. I lean Coastal Carolina, Buffalo over. I think Coastal will be able to put up a shitload of points. And Buffalo, I don't know what happened to them last week. It was just a dud of a game, I guess. They'll put up 21 points, and everything should be fine. I like Fresno, -11.5. I need to dive a little bit deeper in that. Plus 11.5, I'm sorry. Plus 11.5. I got to dive a little bit deeper into that. Michigan -27.5. I'm just going to take that because it looks like Harbaugh finally has a team. I know you hate the way I say his name, but that's neither here nor there.
Harbaugh. I didn't know you were from Boston.
It's just the way his name looks. That's the way I say it. Maryland -7. I like it better if it gets to 6.5, even though two of his brothers on the team. I think that whole family stinks of football. They're just a decent football team. And Marshall -9.5. I lean as well. Those are all leans. Nothing's been played.
I like your Fresno State lean. I do like your Marshall lean a lot. I do have a lean also. I am leaning Wake Forest, laying 4.5 against Florida State.
I'm gonna have a massive card because I gotta make a big comeback. I'm gonna have a massive card this weekend.
I'm gonna have a
let the boys and girls know.
lean for me. I do lean USC -8 versus Washington State after firing Clay Helton. I think that's one of those guys might come out and put up some big numbers because they still do have a lot of talent. I also lean SMU -12.5. I'm doing a deep dive into the Northwestern Duke game right now because I'm a big Duke guy, but I don't know if I'm going to touch this game.
What's the deal with that? That line seems small.
It's
for how bad Duke is.
Yeah, it's a very strange line, and I need to figure out why because it's bothering me. Duke, in my book, coming into the season, it was the worst team in the ACC. And Northwestern was a ranked team coming into the season, had a very good year last year, and I still think Northwestern is a pretty good team. They did lose a lot of talent to the NFL. I will wholeheartedly admit I haven't seen Logan Thomas just caught his prop. I like that. All right, that's one down. I need a touchdown,
You're not going to get the Antonio Gibson one.
I am going to
on the field.
I believe in him. I have to have faith. Yeah. So like, I have a couple of little leans here and there. So those are good ones. But Billy, anything else you got for us this evening?
I do not. This is a short episode. This is a short one. This is our shortest one in history. Sean's gonna be real. Mr. Joe Green's gonna be real happy with us. He's like, wow, you guys kept it under an hour.
We're learning how to get to the point much faster and not just constantly talk the entire time.
Tonight I'm just a little sad. That's all.
I think
I'm just sad.
There's a lot of negative that's been going around. So it's just kind of, let's get the people what they want, what they came here for.
I mean, my night's not over. My night's not over. We still have a chance.
We got any Chinese basketball tonight?
Bro, I'm about to. I don't know. I'm out of here. You can follow. That's it, right, Morgan? You're out of picks.
That's all I've got.
That's all you got.
I have nothing else. I probably will have down the line. Like I said, there will be the college football 6-pack coming out. I will be finishing it up either this evening or tomorrow, and it probably. Ohio's not covering. We lost that play. God damn it! I just saw that score. I was like, fuck.
I haven't even looked at that. We're almost in field goal range here, by the way.
That doesn't help me. So,
but it helps me, dude. It helps me.
I need a touchdown.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'll have that article ready to roll so everyone can take a look at that. Take a look at that extra play that's on there. I'm very confident in that play. Each play that I did bring up tonight will be between a 3 and 5 unit play. I feel very good about this card this week. I'm very excited about it. So that'll be fun. There is some other stuff coming down the line that I'm going to be dabbling a little bit more. We got some golf Ryder Cup action. I'll probably throw a little bit out there. We got some UEFA and UCL Champions League action in there. I missed the ship on, I guess, yesterday on all the games or matches being played. I really had a few I wanted to get out there and just completely whiffed on that one and forgot that they were happening. So I will be looking at when they come out and everything. But Bill, you got anything cooking right now?
Dude, there's a lot of content coming out on the website. Every week they have the waiver wire coming out. DFS will be up Saturday morning for everybody to see while they're watching college football, getting their lineups ready. Mr. Joe Green, the producer, will be writing a weekly article. I forgot what he said it's about, but either or, doesn't matter. Check out all the stuff on the website. We put a lot of work into it, whether we're always right or not. Let us know how you feel about things. Give us all a comment down below what you feel like. If you like Morgan's writing style, because it sounds like exactly the way he talks. I enjoy it, but not everybody does.
We're an acquired taste.
Absolutely. My content last week was not nearly as good as it will be this week. I have more time this week. It'll look better. It'll feel better. It'll make you laugh, make you cry. It'll give you all the emotional feels that I'm feeling right now. But in a good way. Like, oh man, he's back. My boy Bill is back. Follow me at BillyFFD. Follow Betting Diagonal on Twitter. Follow FFD_podcast. Follow Mr. Mo Watts and follow Greg Gersh.
I was gonna say throw the boy Greggy Gersh out there at Greg Gersh at Gersh Greg, one of the two. Throw him a little action. I think like we said about a couple weeks ago. Greg's officially at like -3 followers now. He's giving everything he has back at this point. Throw him out there. We missed the kid. It's it's still not. It's still we still miss having that little extra little one there that we can chirp consistently, and he's just kind of gonna take it from us.
He might make an appearance one of these days. He was upset, not that he had to leave the show, but it was
He's
for the
the
best.
UFC guy. We gotta get some big time winning picks out there for UFC.
The UFC guy couldn't win a
See if
bet.
we can get an 0-10 card for Greggy out there.
Anyway, boys and girls, follow all the socials. Check out all the info. Like and
Like and
subscribe.
subscribe.
Subscribe. Get us to 100 subscribers by next week, and we'll be back. I'll give you a massive play this so you can fade me. From Mr. Billy Wilson to Mr. Morgan Watkins, we'll see you fuckers next week, and good luck gambling.